Imagine this. You just flew into Tokyo, Japan, and you're excited for one of the biggest events of the year, which is Tokyo Auto Salon 2025. Well, in this case, you're also a diecast collector, and you want to be able to pick up some of your favorite brands, new launches and releases that's going to be found at the booths. You get in line, you find out that the lines are horrendous already because a lot of people are trying to get this stuff. However, you see people walking off with multiple pieces of some of the things that you're trying to get, asking yourself, why aren't they setting limits on what you can buy? Just for you to get to the front of the line and finally find out that it's all been sold. So now what happens? Everybody has to get out of the line and it's done. Who is it that's taking all of these diecast products? And I think we already know the easy answer as to why they're taking these products, but I think the problem is, why are we allowing them to take those products? Now, some of the talks and DMs I've gotten from people that are actually on site has been very distasteful and very annoying, frankly. And almost a part of me is glad I didn't make the trip to go over there and try and get some of these diecasts. I mean, you're obviously there for the show too, and that's cool, but there's this other side of it where, you want to partake in some of the things that's on sale. But now you're gonna have to deal with secondhand resellers, the scalping, the eBay, and all that stuff, the things that, you just don't want to deal with. What's the solution? Set a limit. Some of these brands are pretty accustomed to doing that already. My personal experience in Malaysia was just that. Inno 64, Mini GT, Pop Race, everybody had a limit. You can only get 1 or 2 per customer. I don't know if there was a communication issue or why these aftermarket companies with diecast were letting people do this. I think frankly, it's pretty common practice to be able to set a limit because the idea is you want as many people to take advantage of this as possible, right? It's for the collectors at the end of the day. Yes, you're gonna get some of those scalpers in there too, but you don't wanna just give everything to them either, right? Now, I don't know how brands view this, is it something that they're proud of that this is happening? I've even heard that there was a recent drop from Kaido House that suffered the same fate. And this has nothing to do with me and me being a business and selling people products, right? That's not the same thing as a scalper taking in exclusive products and selling it for an incremental amount of money just to profit from it. I represent the brand, I offer fair practice, and I try to make sure that as many people have the opportunity to get this at a fair market price. But when you see this type of thing taking place, it just puts a bad taste in your mouth. And then you have to wonder, what are the brands going to do about it? I think as more and more people come to know the premium diecast industry, I think we're going to maybe unfortunately see that type of mentality. I think it was inevitable. No amount of video or any type of exposing of this type of practice is going to stop that, because I think it all stems back down to human nature. And in this case, the greed is taking over. And it makes it harder for us that are truly in this space to be able to enjoy the hobby for ourselves, have a nice little collection, and be able to collect things that matter to us. But for anyone that actually went to the event, please let me know down in the comment section below what type of sketchy activity or things that maybe you saw, because I think the more that we expose this, the more chance that we have to have some of the brands on board to support this type of behavior. Maybe they can be limited, like I mentioned before, get rid of chase cars. I think there's some things that can be done to be able to protect the grassroots of collecting as a hobby.